What's up, suckers? Let's continue reading about the different races in Dungeons & Dragons. Today we're going to get into the Dragonborn. Dragonborn's cool. They're these dragon humanoid looking people. They've got a cool little distinct look to them. Let's see if we get a picture of another one. I don't know, they don't have another one over here. I don't feel like digging through this whole book to find one. But let's get into this race. They're, like I say, they're a pretty fun, cool race. Dragonborn. Her father stood on the first of the 3 stars that led down... What 3 stars? Let me start this all over, guys. Her father stood on the first of the 3 stairs that led down from the portal unmoving. The scales of his face had grown paler around the edges, but clanless Mehen still looked as if he could wrestle down a dire bear himself. His familiar well-worn armor was gone, replaced by violet-tinted scale armor with bright silvery tracings. There was a blazon on his arm as well, the mark of some foreign house. The sword on his back was the same, though the one he had carried since even before he had found the twins. The one he had carried since even before he had found the twins left in swaddling at the gates of the Arish Vayam. For all her life, Faradin had known that reading her father's face was a skill she had been fortunate to learn. A human couldn't spot shifts of her eyes, or Havaliers would certainly see only the indifference of a dragon in clanless Mehen's face. But the shift of scales, the arch of a ridge, the set of his eyes, the gape of his teeth, her father's face spoke volumes, but every scale of it this time seemed completely still, the indifference of a dragon, even to Faraday. Aaron M. Evans, The Advisory. Born of dragons, as their name proclaims, the Dragonborn walk proudly through the world that greets them with fearful incomprehension. Shaped by draconic gods, or the dragons themselves, Dragonborn originally hatched from the dragon eggs as a unique race, combining the best attributes of dragons and humanoids. Some Dragonborns are faithful servants to true dragons. Others form the ranks of soldiers in great wars, and still others find themselves adrift with no clear calling in life. Proud Dragonkin. Dragonborn look very much like dragons, standing erect in humanoid form, though they lack wings or tails. The first Dragonborn had scales of vibrant hues matching the colors of their dragon kin, but generations of interbreeding have created a more uniform appearance. Their small, fine scales are usually brass or bronze in color, sometimes ranging to scarlet, rust, gold, or copper green. They are tall and strongly built, often standing close to 6.5 feet tall and weighing 300 pounds or more. Their hands and feet are strong, talon-like claws with 3 fingers and a thumb on each hand. The blood of a particular type of dragon runs very strong through some Dragonborn clans. These Dragonborn often boast scales that most closely match those of their dragon ancestors: bright red, green, blue, or white, lustrous black, or gleaming metallic gold, silver, brass, copper, or bronze. Self-sufficient class. To any Dragonborn, the clan is more important than life itself. Dragonborn owe their devotion and respect to their clan above all else, even the gods. Each Dragonborn's conduct reflects on the honor of his or her clan, and bringing dishonor to the clan can result in expulsion or exile. Each Dragonborn knows his or her situation and duties within the clan, and honor demands maintaining the bounds of that position. A continual drive for self-improvement reflects the self-sufficiency of the race as a whole. Dragonborn value skill and excellence in all endeavors. They hate to fail, and they push themselves to extreme efforts before they give up on something. A Dragonborn holds mastery of a particular skill as a lifetime goal. Members of each race who share the same commitment find it easy to earn the respect of a Dragonborn. Though all Dragonborn strive to be self-sufficient, they recognize that help is sometimes needed in difficult situations. But the best source for such help is the clan, and when a clan needs help, it turns to another Dragonborn clan before seeking aid from other races or even the gods. We're going to skip the actual Dragonborn names except for how they're given. Dragonborns have personal names given at birth, but they put their clan names first as a mark of honor. A childhood name or nickname is often used among cultures as a descriptive term or a term of endearment. The name might recall an event or a center on a habit. Okay, so uncommon races. So we're going to see how the Dragonborn perceive the other races. The Dragonborn and the rest of the races in this chapter are uncommon. They don't exist in the world. They don't exist in every world of D&D. And even where they are found, they are less widespread than dwarves, elves, halflings, or humans. In the cosmopolitan cities of the D&D multiverse, most people hardly look twice at members of each of the most exotic races. But the small towns and villages that dot the countrysides are different. The common folk aren't accustomed to seeing members of these races, and they react accordingly. Dragonborn. It's easy to assume that a dragon... Okay, so here's how Dragonborn reflects to another Dragonborn. It's easy to assume that a Dragonborn is a monster, especially if his or her scales betray a chromatic heritage. Unless the Dragonborn starts breathing fire and causing destruction, though, people are likely to respond with caution rather than outright fear. Oh, no, this is how people see these. Okay, so this is how... Okay. Gnomes. Gnomes don't like a threat and can quickly disarm suspicion with good humor. The common folks are often curious about gnomes, likely never having seen one before, but they rarely are hostile or fearful. Half-elves. Although many people have never seen a half-elf, virtually everyone knows they exist. A half-elf stranger's arrival is followed by gossip behind the half-elf's back and stolen glances across the common room, rather than any confrontation or open curiosity. Is that the kid yelling or a cat? I think that's a kid. Half-orc. It's usually safe to assume that the half-orc is belligerent and quick to anger, so people watch themselves around an unfamiliar half-orc. Shopkeepers might superstitiously hide valuables or fragile goods when a half-orc comes in, and people clear out of a tavern assuming a fight will break out soon. Tieflings. Half-orcs are greeted with a practical caution, but tieflings are the subject of supernatural fear. The evil of their heritage is plainly visible in their features, and as far as most of people are concerned, a tiefling could very well be a devil straight from the nine hells. People might make warning signs as a tiefling approaches across the street to avoid passing near, or bar shop doors open before a tiefling can enter. Dragonborn traits. Your draconic heritage... Okay, so let's get into some of the meta of what the Dragonborn will get. Your draconian heritage manifests in a variety of traits you share with other Dragonborn. So ability scores. Your strength score increases by 2 and your charisma score increases by 1. Young Dragonborns grow quickly. They walk hours after hatching, attain the size and development of a 10-year-old human by the age of 3, and reach adulthood by 15. They live to be around 80. Alignment. Dragonborns tend to extremes, making a cautious choice for one side or the other in the cosmic war between good and evil, represented by Bahamut and Tiamat, respectively. Most Dragonborn are good, but those who side with Tiamat can be horrible villains. Dragonborns are taller and heavier than humans, standing well over 6 feet tall and averaging almost 250 pounds. Your size is medium. Your base walking speed is 30 feet. So, dragon ancestry. If you are a black dragon, you spit acid. If you in a line. If you're a blue dragon, you shoot lightning in a line. A brass dragon, you shoot fire in a line. Bronze, you shoot lightning as well as the blue. Copper, you shoot acid in a line like the black. And those are all in lines. These ones, why I bring that up is so if these next ones, they shoot in cones. So if you're gold, you shoot fire in a cone. Green, poison in a cone. Red is fire in a cone. Silver is cold in a cone. White is cold in a cone. I think I'd want to be a poison one just because it'd be cool to be green and fucking just be pestilence. Draconians. In the Dragonland setting, the followers of the evil goddess Takikas learned a dark ritual to let them corrupt the eggs of metallic dragons, producing evil dragonborn called Draconians. 5 types of Draconians corresponding to the 5 types of metallic dragons fought for Takisis in the War of the Lance. Aurochs, which are gold, Baz, which are brass, Bozak, which are bronze, Kapak, which are copper, and Sivak, which are silver. In places of the draconic breath weapons, they have unique magical abilities. Draconian Ancestry. You have a Draconian Ancestry. Choose one type of dragon from the Draconic Ancestry table. Your breath weapon and damage resistance are determined by the dragon type as shown in the table. Breath weapon. You can use your action to exhale destructive energy. Your Draconic Ancestry determines the size, shape, and damage type of the exhalation. When you use your breath weapon, each creature in the area of the exhalation must make a saving throw, the type of which is determined by your Draconic Ancestry. The DC for this saving throw equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So that's nice. You're probably going to get your con up to, your con will be at least a 2. And your proficiency bonus is going to be your dex. That'll be like at least a 1. So you're going to get probably like 11, 12 star. A creature takes 2d6 damage on a failed save and half as much on a successful one. The damage increases 3d6 at level 6, 4d6 at level 11, 5d6 at 16. After you use your breath weapon, you can't use it again until you complete a short or long rest. Damage resistance. You have resistance to the damage type associated with your Draconic Ancestry. Languages. You can speak, read, and write Common and Draconic. Draconic is thought to be one of the oldest languages and often used in the study of magic. The language sounds harsh to most other creatures and includes numerous hard consonants and sibilants. Very good. So we learned about the Dragonborns. Tomorrow we'll learn about the gnomes. Thank you guys for listening. Please leave me comments, leave me feedbacks, and I will do my best to work on it. Maybe read slower, enunciate louder, all that other shit. Thank you guys very much. Peace.